So, I've been going on YouTube lately, looking at a lot of preachers, because that's what I like to do. I'm a preacher. I like to listen to other preachers, see what they have to say. But the thing I'm coming to lately, it seems like, and more so, I've seen this in the past, but just really hitting hard lately, is the Christian preachers arguing with each other about the different theological standpoints. You know, honestly, I've thought about this through college. I've thought about, what side of the aisle I should be on. And really, that's a decision I've made for myself. When I preach that, or when I preach, I don't preach that. I don't preach what my theology standpoint is. I preach what this book has to say. I preach on it. I live it. I love it. And that's what we should be doing. We should be preaching the word to the unsaved. We should be preaching how to get into heaven. We should tell them that Jesus is the only way. Not about if Calvinism's right, or if Arminian's right. We miss the point there. We sit there and argue the little facts with each other when we should be spending that time focusing on preaching the word to the unsaved. Going through school, being a Christian in life, I can honestly admit I've made some mistakes on my theology standpoint, and I've changed my mind on my theology. From where I started to where I am. But the one thing that hasn't changed is my knowing that I have a need to reach out and share the gospel with others. So no, I don't put videos online of me arguing my theological standpoints, because that's a waste of time. And I am not going to sit there and say if you're a Calvinist, you're wrong. And I'm not going to say if you're an Arminianist, you're wrong. Because that is wrong. That is judgmental. As Christians, we sit there and we argue back and forth who's right and who's wrong. Some people say, if you look a certain way, theological, you're not a Christian. And that just extremely saddens me. Because in no way, shape, or form should we call other people unchristian unless their fruit is truly bad. But if I sit there at a round table with a Calvinist and Arminianist, and they tell me that they believe that Jesus Christ is their Lord and Savior, and they believe in the God of the Bible, then I'm going to believe they're a Christian, unless they prove to me that they're not. But just because they take a title upon themselves doesn't make me think, well, you're less of a Christian than I am, or you're not a Christian at all. Now please note that if you're a Mormon and you say that you're a Christian, well, you believe a different God. That's my disclaimer for this video. But what I want to try to get out to all you out there that are arguing back and forth about the theological standpoints, the meaningless crap that we argue about as Christian, I want you to know this. We are wasting our time. We are wasting our strength, our knowledge, and our power to what we should be doing, going out and trying to save the lost, or trying to reach out to them, trying to plant the seed in their head. When unbelievers watch these videos and see us bickering back and forth, then They're just seeing the ugly side of Christianity. So what about yourself? If you're watching this video and you argue the faith back and forth, you know what? Do it behind closed doors. Do it where unbelievers won't see you. I have no problem discussing Christianity with you. I have no problem discussing the fact of how long the earth was made. But to put that online, to argue with other Christians, to call other people unsaved because of their theological standpoint is wrong. And I will say it. I may not be completely right in my theology, but I know you're not either. No Christian has it right because we're not perfect. Only Jesus was perfect. And maybe that's what we should be teaching. That no one's perfect and that we need Jesus in our life to be saved. So if you want to post a comment about what I just said, my rant and rave, go for it. I'll try to respond to you. I'll try to listen to your comments. But you know what? I'm not going to discuss theology with you online unless we get into like a private chat or something. I'm not going to put up a video online discussing my theological standpoint. I'm going to start putting videos up that shares the gospel with others. Simply so the unsaved can believe them. So the unsaved will get an idea of who Jesus really is. Not about our bickering. Not about who's right and who's wrong. Honestly, none of that matters. The only thing that matters is that we have Jesus as our personal Lord and Savior. That we opened our heart to Him. That we heard His voice and we accepted His free gift. That's what matters in life. I have no problem with discussing theological issues, but I do have a problem with other people calling the different sides of the aisle unsaved because of their belief. Thank you for your time. I'll see you again.